Hello, everybody. This is Jerry DeMaio from mortgage-zoom.com and Family First Funding. And I'm here with one of my very favorite shows that we do here. This is the topic for today is Realtors, a quick timeout, volume 2. So many of you logged in last week and last month and watched our video. But before I bring on Jeff, who is the founder of Spark Tank Media, the founder and president of Coach 52, a real estate influencer. And we're just going to 10 minutes, some reminders we need in this market. But first, please subscribe to my channel. And please don't forget to like. So without further ado, I'm bringing on Jeff. Jeff, thanks for joining.
My pleasure. Time out, baby.
Time out, baby. So
I'll be screaming that this weekend at my next basketball game.
So Jeff, here's the billion-dollar question right now.
Yes.
I'm sure you're hearing it on your coaching calls. I spend half my day doing pre-approvals, like 60 or 70 a week, probably right now. Over and over and over again, and I spend my other half of the day with my realtor friends calling and saying, Jerry, we can't get anything accepted. We just keep putting offers in, and we can't get anything accepted. So what do we do? So Jeff, I'm going to ask you a few tips here, maybe to solve all our problems. Okay.
Yeah. And I wish I had the magic pill, but there is none, right? There's no magic button. However, the few strategies that we've been working through and working with clients through that have worked, and some of them you can control now. Some of them you may have been able to control over time, but lesson learned. So let's cover a few. Let's cover the simple ones first. And the ones I've seen even very recently is your reputation and your relationships with your realtor partners in the industry makes a big difference right now. And I know you can't create that overnight, but I'm going to tell you, I've watched negotiations happen where people, this realtor knew that one. They knew they were a credible realtor. They know they've done transactions. They knew they were always, truthful about everything they're going to deliver and when they're going to deliver it. And it seems that in today's market, let's face it, the real estate agent has a lot of leverage when trying to get offers through to their sellers. And while I'm sure they're all being delivered, there's always that conversation behind the scenes that says, well, what do you think? Here's this one. Here's this one. This one has an appraisal wave. This one doesn't. And I'm sure they're asking for the advice of their agent. And remember, if you're that agent that say, listen, I've worked with Jeff for many years. And he's got this cash, and it might be $5,000 even cheaper, but I know this one's going to get done, and I could probably do this. I could probably do that. All that being said is they sometimes will favor or at least push through a better reputation to the agent based on the past experience. So now as you're building business, it's really important we try and get along better with everybody because that may give you leverage in a position where you might not have it otherwise. That's one. And I've watched it work, and it is. Two is it's not sometimes always about money. I know a lot of money's being thrown over ask, highest and best delivered by 5 o'clock on a day. But sometimes the most important question you can ask is if you can get to the answers is besides dollars, can you please help me understand what else is important to the seller? Do they need more time? What else can I be negotiable on? Do they need to live in the home 90 days? Have they found another home yet? What's their time restrictions? Do they need, money contributed towards closing costs? Like you got to think through what else could they use help with besides just saying highest and best, here's my final number. And we have found some offers, once you know this information, have gotten accepted. Even look, you have to expect, even if you're at par, even if you're 30,000 over and you're 30,000 over, they got to pick one.
Yep. That
decision might be made was, listen, this one can hang on and help me close in 90 days, which is going to be really more convenient for me versus this one that says 30. So I'm picking this one.
I see that all the time, Jeff, on transactions. One of the things on that note that we're seeing work is we'll close in 30 days and give you a U&O for 60 days so that you can make offers on homes without a contingency. And I see that working in the same line as that. Like, what can they do in addition to being the highest offer? What else can we offer potentially to sweeten the pot?
Yeah, and I bet you, even if maybe there's a $5,000 swing, the other one's 5,000 more than you. But if you had that flexibility, that 5,000 less with that flexibility may still get you the win.
Yes,
because it's more beneficial to them and their family to have that, especially if they have children or, you know, the stress of moving and to make an offer without a contingency. So even if you're not the highest, the leverage of flexibility could be a win. All right. So that's huge. And it's a great point about the U&O. So note to self, right?
Yep.
Also, third is sometimes about how you present things. I have seen, because we're always hurried, we're always in a rush. We're changing. This is our 5th time we're writing offers. This is our 7th time we're writing offers. Yeah, you're typing again, maybe digitally, but we're getting sloppy. We're missing stuff. We're sending things over with stuff, you know, half done because we didn't check it. We have seen people leverage some external platforms to deliver not only a better visual presentation, but a better, let's call it emotional presentation. And I'm not saying send love letters, because that stuff has been talked about quite a bit, about maybe not so good anymore. You know, my family can't wait to be there and raise our children. If it works, great. But we have some clients using HighNote, which I know you're familiar with. You're using HighNoteio, which is a delivery platform that'll let you put the offer in a nice, clean, clickable link. And here's kind of some cool intel too, which I like. So you could put the link there. You could put a link to the pre-approval. You could put a link to, you know, me as credibility as an agent. You could put a little bit of a link to maybe something about the family or something in general. And it delivers it in a pretty branded format. But what's nice is, from the person who sends it, like if I was the agent and I sent it to you, I get to see, did they open it? Did they click on it? How many times did they click on it?
Yep.
And, you know, maybe you did a little video like, hey, listen, it's Jeff Lobb from XYZ Realty. I've got an amazing buyer looking to move in. Maybe it's a quick explanation that explains the flexibility to the seller, that sometimes maybe that seller's agent, look, their job isn't to sell you, right? Why you should do business with me, why I have the credibility in the industry. But maybe that video's in there that the seller gets to and opens and listens to. And, you know, as long as you stay on board with ethics and you don't get into, you know, steering anything, just share the facts, share the data, share the credibility. That platform delivers it in a place where people are winning business based on that, versus here's just another email with a copy of the front page.
And what I like about that, I don't know, in my early days in the business, offers were still presented
in person.
We're actually presented
yes.
at the kitchen table or at the dining room table of the seller. Right. Like, we literally went there and I got to present, like, this is my seller, this is their family, this is the offer. You could ask me questions, you could do that. And with something like Restream.io, you're able to do a little presentation, even though you're not there. And the beauty of knowing this is, at least you could find, at least with Restream.io,
HighNoteio.
I'm sorry, HighNoteio.
That's right. I know. It's okay. No, it's okay.
The platform we're on is Restream.io.
That's what we're on now, yeah. But HighNote, yes, HighNote.
HighNoteio, which I also have, is how many times you send in an offer right now, and you don't know, like you mentioned, has anyone ever even looked at it? Like. Right. If you see it being looked at 4 and 5 times, say, oh, someone just looked at it today, maybe we're in the mix. You know, at least you could get back to your buyer and say, hey, look, good news is I know they just opened our offer. Like,
yep. I know they clicked on my video. I know they clicked on the link and they saw the pre-approval 3 times. They looked at the pre-approval.
So,
right. And a matter of fact, which would probably give me even more of an indication. If I saw somebody clicked on, let's say, the pre-approval 3 times, I might pick up the phone and say, hey, listen, I want you to know, if you have any questions about their qualifications, you know, pre-approval, need something clarified, you let me know. Knowing in my head, I can't tell them, I saw they opened it 3 times. That's the time. Trigger the call. Now I know maybe there's a question. Let me put myself out there again and not just say, hey, did we get our offer accepted? Hey, if you need clarification on this or anything different, let me know. I can get whatever you need. So intel and having that data is super, super important. And HighNoteio, I know there's a wait list, and I tell people all the time, if you email us direct, we'll get you past the wait list. So for those who are listening, if you ever want to check it out, not my platform, I don't own it, I just use it. But I have a little street cred to be able to circumvent the wait list for those who ever want to test it out and try it out. I know I use it, you use it.
And I'm going to put it in, and I'm going to put it in I'm going to put a link to it in the chat for everybody. So if you want to get in and see what it's about, you'll have a link. You could go in, and it explains a lot when you go in. So I'll do that for everyone. So Jeff, listen, I want to thank you for some quick like this again. This was a quick timeout. Quick timeout. The first thing you talked about. It's why we're always try to be nice to the people that reached out to us, respectful to the people that because I know right now, and I like when you're a listing agent and you have all these things and all these offers coming in, it's very easy to be rough.
Or, look, I know there's guidelines and legalities and ethics we have to follow, but at the same time, when that seller asks for that opinion, hey, what do you think? That agent's going to think in their head, listen, I know this one. I've had 4 deals fall apart with this one. They're rude. They don't get me paperwork. They're condescending. And then you just might get the nod from the other one just because that's their opinion. Yep. It's definitely behind the scenes stuff you got to think about. This is why your relationship, and even if it's not, even if things don't go your way, I know you're anxious and stressed, but you know what? Be nice. It's hard. Bite the bullet, because you might have another deal with this person or opportunity 2 days, 2 weeks from now. So it's not going to help you.
It's a small community, Jeff.
It's not going to help you.
I mean, when you really get down to it, it's a small community.
It is. So that'll help.
And listen, I'm going to say this because I happen to be a lender, but I know it matters with lenders too. When the realtors have experience with the lenders and have talked to the lenders and can it really matters. If everything else is the same, what are you going to do to make your deal? Everyone went over asking, everyone waived the appraisal, everyone did everything. What's the one thing your deal's going to do to stand out?
That's right. So, and actually, I have heard that recently. Is they actually said, "Oh, I saw the lender, but what's the loan officer's name?" And actually, I heard for word saying, "Oh, I know that person. Good. I know they get things done. I know how they respond to things. I'm super happy it's that person." That was an influence too. So maybe that you add to your high note as well. High note and put here's about my lender. Yep. Confidence in the transaction is huge.
I've definitely seen that on both. I've seen that on the realtor side, having some relationships. So if you're newer in the and you haven't had a chance to build relationships, start now. Start now, because the market won't always be like this, and things will change, and markets change, and just. We never stop learning, and we never stop meeting people. So
paying forward now. So thanks, Jerry. Appreciate your time, everybody.
Jeff, next month we'll be back again with Timeout Volume 3. I want to thank everybody for joining. I want to ask you again, please subscribe to the channel. I want you, don't forget, please like us. Hey, every once in a while, give us a laugh too. We're okay with that. And if you want a one-on-one live appointment, so go to www.mortgage-zoom.com, and our appointment is going to look something just like this. Face to face, we can get a lot done together. So Jeff, thank you so much. Again, this was a quick timeout with Jeff. So thank you, Jeff. Have a great day, and we'll see you next month.
See you. Thanks.